The village nestled close to the whispering woods. The forest was ancient, filled with tall trees and twisting paths. Villagers told stories about the woods. They said the woods whispered. They said the woods lured children away. No one went into the woods anymore. They were too afraid. One day, a toy went missing. It was a small wooden bird, hand-carved. It belonged to a young boy named Thomas. Thomas cried. He said his bird had flown into the woods. No one dared to go and look for it, not even the adults. Ayla was a girl from the village. She was known for her kindness and courage. She heard Thomas crying. She saw the fear in everyone's eyes. Ayla decided to find the lost bird. She wasn't afraid. She knew the woods held a secret. She was determined to uncover it. Ayla took a deep breath and stepped towards the woods. The villagers called after her, their voices filled with worry. "Don't go, Ayla," they cried. "The woods are dangerous." But Ayla was already gone, swallowed by the shadows of the ancient trees. The woods were dark and quiet, an almost suffocating silence enveloping everything. The trees were so tall they blocked the sun, their dense canopy creating an eternal twilight. Ayla walked along the path, her heart pounding in her chest, each step echoing in the stillness. She could hear whispers all around her, faint and elusive, like the forest itself was alive and speaking. They seemed to come from the trees, the wind, the very air itself, wrapping around her like a ghostly embrace. They were soft and enticing, like a lullaby sung by unseen voices. Ayla shivered, feeling a chill run down her spine. The whispers were strange, almost hypnotic, but she wouldn't be deterred. She had a mission to complete. She continued walking, deeper into the woods, her resolve growing stronger with each step. She held her lantern high, its light a small beacon in the darkness, guiding her way through the unknown. She called out for Thomas's bird, her voice echoing through the silent trees, hoping for a response, any sign of life. Ayla paused, listening intently, straining to hear any reply, her heart filled with both hope and fear. Despite the eerie whispers and the oppressive darkness, she pressed on, determined to find what she was looking for. Section 4. The Lost Children. The whispers grew louder. They seemed to be calling Ayla's name, drawing her forward. She followed the sound until she came to a clearing. There, in the center of the clearing, was a sight that made her gasp. Children sat in a circle, their eyes closed. They were pale and still, like porcelain dolls. They were surrounded by glowing butterflies, their wings shimmering with an otherworldly light. Among them, Ayla saw Thomas's wooden bird, lying forgotten on the ground. Breaking the spell, Ayla knew these children were not sleeping. They were in a deep, unnatural slumber. They were enchanted, trapped by the whispers of the woods. The forest had cast a spell on them, holding them captive. She had to help them. She couldn't leave them to this fate. She stepped into the clearing, her eyes on the glowing butterfly. They seemed to be the key to breaking the spell. She reached out and gently caught one in her hand. It felt warm and alive. As soon as she touched it, the butterfly dissolved into a shower of sparks. The light was both beautiful and sad. The whispers around her intensified, becoming angry and desperate. The forest seemed to resist her efforts, but Ayla stood her ground. She would not be swayed by the forest's anger. She raised her voice and sang a song of hope and courage, a song that her grandmother had taught her. The melody was strong and pure, cutting through the darkness. Slowly, the forest began to calm. The children started to stir, the spell weakening with each note she sang. Ayla smiled with relief as the children began to wake up, their eyes opening to the world once more. A hero's welcome. As Ayla sang, the light from the butterflies began to fade. The once vibrant glow that illuminated the forest started to dim, casting long shadows among the trees. The magical creatures, sensing the change, fluttered away, leaving behind a serene darkness. The children stirred, their eyes slowly opening. They had been under the spell for so long that the return to consciousness felt like waking from a deep, enchanted sleep. Blinking against the soft light filtering through the canopy, they began to recognize their surroundings. Color returned to their faces. The pallor of enchantment was replaced by the rosy hues of life. Their cheeks flushed with warmth and their eyes sparkled with newfound vitality. They looked around in confusion, wondering where they were. Ayla smiled. Her heart swelled with relief and pride as she saw the children coming back to life. She had been their beacon of hope in the darkest of times. She had broken the spell. The dark enchantment that had held the children captive was no more. The forest, once a place of fear, now felt like a sanctuary. She led the children out of the woods, their small hands clutching hers. Each step they took was a step towards freedom and safety. The path, once treacherous, now seemed welcoming under her guidance. The villagers, who had been waiting anxiously at the edge of the forest, rushed to greet them. Their hearts had been heavy with worry, but now they were filled with hope and anticipation. Tears of joy streamed down their faces as they embraced their lost children. The reunion was filled with laughter, sobs, and the overwhelming relief of having their loved ones back. They turned to Ayla, their eyes filled with gratitude and awe. She was their hero. The villagers knew that without her bravery and determination, their children might never have returned. She had faced the whispers of the woods and won. Ayla stood tall, her spirit unbroken, a true testament to courage and love. The forest, now peaceful, seemed to bow in respect to its new guardian.